I am Becky Amble, and I want to share another fun thing on ChatGPT that's pretty new. It came out in December, and it is a way to use Adobe Express through ChatGPT. So I think that's pretty cool. Let me go here and show you how you do this because some of us don't want to pay for the Adobe products, and here's a way that you can have access to some of this. And the good news is they roll this out and you do not have to have a paid ChatGPT account. So you can have paid or you can be on the free one and this will work. First thing you do is open up your ChatGPT, obviously, and then go over to the lower left where your name will show up. And you click on that. Whoops. That's what I wanted to do. Come on. Click on your name, and then you will get the little screen that pops up over on the left, and you'll find almost the third from the bottom is the word settings. Click settings, and you'll get a new screen. And then what you want to do is you want to go over to the left column again here. The fourth one down says apps. You click apps. And now mine is already loaded because I did this before and was using it. So what you want to do is make sure that you find Adobe Express. And more than likely, you're going to go up to this little button in the upper right that says Add More, and you'll get a new screen. And you're going to look down here in this list. And again, mine is already loaded. So you want to go down here until you find Adobe Express, not Photoshop, Adobe Express, click that, and then it will be loaded like you saw on mine. Let's just go back. See, there it is. And then what you want to do is you want to start using this. So I'm going to share with you when I did that. Let's just go back here and let me pull up my document for you. Okay. I think this is it. And let me see. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's here, the flyer design. Okay, so you may or may not know that I wrote a book on networking years ago, and I thought, gosh, it was heavily researched and talked about reasons that people didn't network. And I thought, gosh, maybe I could update that. Well, it's turned into a much bigger project than it probably sounds like it would. And I found this Adobe Express ChatGPT integration. I think it's called an integration. Anyway, I went to that and here's my prompt. Look at this pathetic prompt. And I said, I think I first had the word design, but anyway, an 8 by 11 inch promo piece flyer to promote my new book, The Reluctant Networker. That's a working title. I don't know if that's going to be it. So it says I've created this draft, and then it asks me some questions. What about the tone, and what about the design and other things? And so I thought, well, that was such a pathetic prompt. Let me do this over. So I said, do you want to see the manuscript? So this will be more accurate. Wouldn't that have been the smart first step? Anyway, sometimes we just have to start playing around with things and see where it goes. Anyway, then it says, yes, that would be helpful. Seeing the manuscript will let me match the tone, language, phrasing, promises in the book, all this stuff. So it said, you don't have to send the whole thing if that's cumbersome. Any of these would work. The full manuscript, intro with table of contents, some key chapters, even a one-page overview. Well, I thought, I got the whole darn manuscript. I'm sending that. And then it said it's going to take a look at that, etc. So here's the document. And you remember, if you're going to add a document, you just go down. I'm down here on the prompt box. You hit your plus symbol, and then you can add a document or a photo or whatever you're doing. Anyway, so it came up with some things like what it calls the big insight and what the flyer should emphasize based on my manuscript. So I thought, I already got the doggone book pretty well reorganized and re-updated and everything. So why would I go through and try to figure out what the heck the promo needs to be when I can have ChatGPT and Adobe do that? So it says, there's ways to revise the flyer, rewrite the headline, some validation sections, just anything. It, gave me some information. Anyway, so I said, basically told it, do the flyer. And then I said, can you make this a lovely graphic presentation? Because it came back with all of this great verbiage, and I'm like, okay, make it into something. So here is what I got. And obviously, I don't have the book cover designed or any of that. And it, like I said, it's a working title. Anyway, here's what I got. It titled it The Reluctant Networker, put in an image, came up with an image for me for the book, and it's got some more text in this. And then inside the book, it talks about some key things, put in some illustrations of people for me. And I don't know if that's supposed to be me or what it is, but that's okay. And then like the call to action, start connecting in ways that work for you. Learn more, order your copy, start here. There's a QR code. Of course, that's just for discussion purposes because I don't have a QR code for it yet. And then my name as author of the book. I was absolutely stunned with this. Granted, is it perfect? Probably not. It did a heck of a lot better job than I would have if I was trying to create it. I'm not a promo writer. If you're not a promo writer, hey, this could be the next greatest thing for you to have discovered. So again, I just wanted to share that with you. You do not have to have a paid account. You can use it on a free account. If you're doing something for a volunteer group or whatever, and nobody wants to spend any money, this would be a great option to use. If you're doing something for your business, take a look at this. And remember, all you have to do is open your ChatGPT and you went down to the lower left corner to where it says settings, where, well, first you click on your name, that opens up to settings. You go to settings, and then you click on the little icon-y thing that says app. When you get the apps up, you go hunt for Adobe Express and click on that, get it integrated with your ChatGPT, and then you go prompt away and give it any information that you can and let it create something for you. Let me know if you work on that and how it works for you. Like I said, I just thought this was fascinating. I don't know how many of you have tried to do some things with Adobe or some of the other things and been frustrated because a lot of it you have to pay for, and sometimes you just don't want to do that, or you want to try it out first and see how it works. I hope this works for you. I found it just to be so fun and such a great new idea where ChatGPT has teamed up with Adobe and put it together. And as you saw when we went to the apps, there's tons of apps that you can integrate. And again, ChatGPT is kind of my home base one because it has so many different things like this that it's integrated. Let me know if you give this a try and what you think. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.